Hi, Shalom Chaverim. I've mentioned this personality many times because he's remarkable, extraordinary, and I feel very personal. I'm referring to the great tzaddik, Rabbi Israel, the son of Eliezer, known as the master of the good name, the holy Baal Shem Tov. This takes us back some 300 years. And this holy master, this great rabbi, this holy leader of Israel, taught and founded the Hasidic movement, which all of us today are products and being influenced for the better through his wonderful teachings. The Baal Shem Tov loved light. I'm talking about physical light, and that's really very appropriate. He didn't like dark places, and it's appropriate because he was a man that was filled with light. He brought light to others. He studied the Torah, which is light, and essentially wherever he went, good energy and holiness was created. Yeah, darkness had no place in the psychological effect of the Baal Shem Tov. Occasionally the Baal Shem Tov would visit people, and occasionally it was his own students. And the students knew that when they hosted their holy teacher, they should fill the house with many candles so there could be bright light in the house. One day the Baal Shem Tov visited one of his students who lit 1 or 2 candles in the house. It was rather gloomy with a lot of shadows. The Baal Shem Tov walked in, greeted the student, and noticing the shadows mentioned, "My dear student, are you not aware that we love light? Why didn't you light more candles?" And the student was a bit embarrassed. Said, "Rebbe, I don't have any more candles. I just don't have enough money to buy candles. If I would have had the money, I certainly would have gone and bought as many candles to brighten the home in your honor." It was in the middle of the winter, and there were actually icicles hanging from the roof. So the Baal Shem Tov opened up the front door, saw some of those icicles, and took them, broke them off, brought it into the house, took the tip of the icicle, touched the flame of the candle, and the ice began to burn. And so he created candles of ice that burned. Now this is a miracle story. Don't try it at home, or maybe try it at home. I don't think it's going to actually be very effective. You might actually put out the light of the candle rather than having ice burn. But this is a story that is told about the Baal Shem Tov. And I say to myself, this holy man upon whom they tell such stories, is there something that we could perhaps derive a lesson from it? And it occurred to me the following. How was the Baal Shem Tov able to do this magic, or this very neat trick? And actually, it was not a neat trick at all. Because in the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, he explains that there's a spark of God in everything. God is the source of life. He's the source of life. And essentially, where there's life, there's warmth. So there's a spark of energy, of fire, if you wish, in every object that exists. Even in ice, there's a godly spark, a godly warmth. Now, for people like ourselves, we see the water, we see frozen water, we see ice. We're not privy to see that spark, that energy of God, which is a true fire, a spiritual fire. But a mystic and a Kabbalist and a holy individual like the Baal Shem Tov was, he was able to see that. And he interacted with that. And I don't know this, but perhaps he wanted to demonstrate this truth even to his student. So he said, "What do you mean? There's warmth even in an icicle. There's fire even in ice, because there's a godly spark in that, and I will show it to you." On a practical level, occasionally we talk to people and we feel we're not getting through. Sometimes you say, "This guy's like ice. There's no life to him. I want a nice, warm, vibrant individual. He's cold, he's immobile, he's so icy, it's scary." Don't give up. Understand that the Baal Shem Tov's teaching is that in ice there's warmth. If you talk to a fellow Jew who says, "Well, I'm not really interested," and he exhibits an icy indifference. Don't give up. He has energy. He has warmth. He has a powerful soul inside of him. You have to learn from the Baal Shem Tov. You have to take an icicle and make it burn. You could change your neighbor. You could bring out his warmth. You could bring out his enthusiasm. And this is true in particular to Jewish people, towards Jewish people, because in Yiddish the expression is, everyone has a pintel yid, everyone has that little spark of Jewishness, which is a flame, a fire. But you can even extend it to people that don't seem to be motivated, whether it be a student or a neighbor. Don't give up. Very often, if you present an idea, you excite the person. In the ice, something will begin to flicker. You're actually going to change ice and make it burn. Well, it's a challenge for all of us, and we start with ourselves. Sometimes you feel full of energy and full of life, and you exude warmth. And there are other times all you want to do is stay snuggled underneath your covers, and you're cold to the world. Be a Baal Shem Tov Jew. Find that spark of warmth that you possess. Fan it. Make it greater. Allow it to flicker. Allow it to be portrayed. Allow it to affect others. If each and every one of us would just add a little bit of light to this world, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of warmth, all of the icy indifference that mankind exhibits towards one another and towards the Almighty Himself would simply disappear. And the world would be truly a world of beauty and a world of a garden of Eden. Well, let's hope and pray that comes very soon. And until that day, I wish you much blessing. Thank you.
lo yishon shoy me Yisro